What up YouTube, it's Mr. Hates Company, and today I actually have a brand new game to show you guys that I've been playing for about 2 months now. And this game is none other than Marvel Future Revolution. This game is a lot of fun. Like I said, I've been playing it for about 2 months, and I'm pretty skeptical to introduce a new game to the community until I know for sure it's a lot of fun. So it is relatively new. I started playing, I want to say, about a week or two after the start of the official global launch. I immediately fell in love. It's had some hiccups here and there, but all in all, I think it's in a really great spot, and I am very happy and excited to start making content for it. So if you guys already play Marvel Future Revolution, let me know in the comments below, because I would love to play with you guys, maybe even start our own guild. But for right now, I have a pretty dope guild. So I would love to play with you guys if you guys are already playing. And without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this game. Look at my characters. There are some really cool heroes that you guys can play as. I was excited to try them all, and I am confident that you guys will also love this game. So let's get right into it. All right, so without further ado, this is we'll call it my Iron Man. So there's all these different characters. So first we have Iron Man, we have Star-Lord, Captain Marvel, we have Black Widow, a lot of people's favorite, Spider-Man, and Doctor Strange, Storm, and then last but not least, we have Captain America. So like I said, you can play with all of these characters. You get to pick whichever one you like best. You can get a kind of a sneak peek at my power down below, but we'll get into the power here in a little bit and what that represents. But so I love this game for the fact that it has all these fun characters, and they're all very good. They do a good job of balancing it. Instead of like nerfing some people where you spent like a whole month leveling it to max level and then getting it nerfed and feeling like you're just not good anymore, they nerf from the bottom. Meaning, so let's say, actually, this is a perfect example. So Star-Lord was in a really rough spot for a long time, and you felt kind of bad leveling him rather. And then now it's actually the point where they buffed him, where it actually feels pretty good, and there's a reasonable build. And this is actually the project that I'm working on, because I'm actually a pretty big fan of Star-Lord. But overall, so you start at the game, you get to play as any character you want. I would highly encourage you to pick several different characters that you want to play as, because you're actually going to need to level quite a few just to get max level. At first, I felt like this was a bit of a drawback to the game, but it's actually not. It really helps you understand the in-depth part of the game, and also helps you with PvP, because you know what the other skills of the other heroes are, so you know how to counter them when need be. And yes, there is PvP in this game. So all in all, this game, Marvel Future Revolution, is in fact a MMORPG. So it's a mass multiplayer online game as well as a role-playing game. It's a lot of fun. I've played those games a lot, with the exception of Call of Duty Mobile, which I still play, by the way. But I do want to start making content for this game. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'll show you guys what this game has to offer. And for anyone who's curious, I'm actually playing on BlueStacks, which is a free software you can use to download and actually play mobile games on your computer. I would not recommend this for Call of Duty Mobile, because I've seen people getting banned for it, and ultimately when I play a mobile game that's like I need to be playing, I like to be having it in my hands. So when I actually do the PvP side of this game, I do not use BlueStacks. I actually just use my phone. But when I'm doing stuff on my computer, or for content's sake, it's actually a lot easier to have it on BlueStacks. So shout out to BlueStacks. All right, so as you can see, open world dynamic. This is your headquarters, if you will. So for anyone that was curious, I'll pull up my power. So I am we'll say 1.1 million power. I am max level, which is 110. They also just recently increased it to 110 from 100. And there's so many in-depth part of this game. So each individual character, like I said, you get, you start at level 1, obviously, attack, defense, and HP, basic stats, but there's actually more stats to it. So you have stamina, HP recovery, I mean, all of this. So it's very, very in-depth for a mobile game. It's in line with what I would consider other MMORPGs that aren't on mobile. At the reverse, up top, you see my gear. You only have 4 pieces of gear that you can equip. So you got head, chest, hands, and feet. You can then customize the look of them with this. You can see all of the different, you can go from parts, so you can upgrade the heads, the chest alone, the hands, or the feet, or you can do a full theme, which means the pre-grouped ones that you've unlocked. So a lot of different customization ability in this game, which is super exciting. I actually grinded really hard to get this set that you see me wearing. So Dark Domain, shout out. And then below this, right below my camera, we have the battle badges. The battle badges, there's 6 slots, and you have to unlock them by a lot of different methods that we'll get into here in a little bit. But it's a nice way of getting different stats for your specific character. So again, we have all these different stats. We have gear, we have battle badges. And again, this is just a top level overview. I will, if you guys want to see more content like this, I will go in depth on all the different parts and how to min max your gear, what stats are best for each character, all of that. But it's a very in-depth game. I'm just giving you a high level overview of it. So in addition to the gear, you actually, and the battle badges, you can actually have what's called Omega cards, which are all these. I have some decent Omega cards to look at, but you have own cards. You can upgrade them. The rarity goes up from the gray, the common, the rare, the blue, purple, which I actually don't have, and then mythic, which is the highest one. In addition to that, you have individual skills, so you can literally build any character you want to almost completely customize it so it's better and or different than any other Iron Man, if you will, that's playing. Now, obviously, like I said, if you want to min max and you want to compete at a high level for PvE or PvP, because yes, this game does have both PvP and PvE parts of it, which are all a lot of fun. So, of course, like I said, if you want to min max, there are going to be certain skills that are better than others, but ultimately, if you like the feel of a certain skill and you want to play your own way, you're free to do so. Lots and lots of skills. And then you can actually change your skills in what order they're in, which is a lot of fun. Again, just high level overview. All right, what else do we have here? So we have enhanced potential, which you unlock as you get your character. This is where I think the free to play and pay to play is the only like real difference. In this game, I'll touch on that for just a second because I know that's going to be a lot of people's main question. And anyway, to summarize enhanced potential before I go into pay to win and free to play. This enhanced potential is just, again, just flat bonuses to your character that will make them stronger. When it comes to pay to play, though, and free to play, this game is pay to rush or free to play. And what I mean by that is it's a really good way for mobile games to capitalize on profit for anyone that wants to spend, but not feel like you are losing if you're free to play. And what I mean by that is it's pay to rush. So anything that you pay for in this game, you could get for free. Being free to play. So it just takes longer, but anything that you get is technically tangible. It will just take a lot longer. So I would keep that in mind. And when games do that, I consider it a healthy game for the longevity of this game. So the fact that you can't just pay to 100% win is huge because it gives it the life of the game. I used to play a game called Rise of Kingdoms. And it was 100% pay to win, and you would just get destroyed if you weren't paying. And it was fun if you were winning, and it was really awful if you were losing. So this game is not like that. Like you will lose in PvP to someone that has paid more if you have not played long enough to compete with them. However, if you have free to play played for a long time, you can absolutely keep up with them. So that's a big W in my book. All right, so we talked about the characters, all the different aspects. You can upgrade your character, make them stronger, very in-depth. I mean, I used to play WoW, which is another MMORPG, and this is very, very similar. So at the very top of my screen, you'll see a squad rank. So a squad rank represents all of your characters put together. So that rank, you get, again, additional stats. If we were to look at it right here, you can see an overall rank, and then you can see the additional attack, defense, and HP that you get by leveling them up. And then of course squad power. These are additional stats and how you upgrade it. You have these different currencies for each one, and you can't upgrade it unless you level them up to a certain level. So obviously I don't have enough of this currency to get my HP up to 134 like I do everything else, so I should be looking out for that currency. So very much a grindable game, but it's fun. And I'll tell you one thing that is why this is such a home run to me. So you also have squad training. I forgot about this actually. So this is actually, you just get it by playing the game. So for example, this one says get level 150 in bionics. which was that one that I have at 130 right now. Reach level 150, armor design. So it's just stuff that you're going to get by playing the game, which is really cool. Again, some of it's stats, some of it's free stuff that you get. You have card storage, you have storage for your squad. So this is stuff that I share across all of my heroes that I can transfer at will, which is amazing. So for example, my battle badges, I have a lot of different ones at different levels. So I have 100, 105, 90s. And so when you're leveling a new character, after you get one character max, you can actually just put all of the good badges you got while you were leveling into your storage, and then use them whenever you level up another character, which helps it tremendously. And then every time you reach a new threshold, like 30, 40, 50, you can then increase your stats and how much damage you do and how long you live by using these better battle badges. Super fun. What else? So I did mention that this game is PvE and PvP. So for the PvE aspect of it, you can do what's called a BLITZ. This is essentially a dungeon, if you will. And again, they level up every 10 up to 105. Now you'll notice that max level is 110 and the highest dungeon or blitz that you have is 105. And they frequently add stuff to the game, which is really cool. But basically you can either do this by yourself or with up to 4 people. You can either bring your own group or you can search for a group, and it's pretty quick. And it's actually, you get some decent loot here. So you get 5 rewards a day, or you can increase it for crystals, which again is the pay to win currency, if you will. But you get battle badges from this, as well as particles, which is how you would. Particles is your crafting currency that you need to do literally anything in this game. But again, that's just a overview of it. There's a very obvious strategy involved in that we'll talk about in a different video. So in addition to these dungeon / blitzes that you can do 5 a day, you also have raids. The raids are, at least at the time of this recording, is a type of in-game experience. So you have all these different raid bosses. You click on one and you actually can challenge it to different degrees. So the recommended power is 170 for this. I think you unlock them at like 80 or 90. I don't remember. Then you have extreme. Okay, so obviously this one's level 100. This one doesn't have a level. You can't do it right away. I don't remember what level you unlock it. I feel like it's 80 or 90. And then obviously the next level is 100 required levels. So you can't even do these until you hit what was the max level. And then the highest one, you obviously get better rewards. I know my face is covering the rewards, but anyway. So with that being said, that obviously the more rewards you get, but you have to be a higher power in order to beat it. I'm at the point now, as you can see, the recommended power is like 500,000. I'm at a full million, so I can do these pretty easily. And so the stuff you get from that go into your specialization. Again, all of this is part of one character and is consistent across all characters. And, well, not consistent. The idea is consistent, but you have different specializations for each character that make your individual character stronger. And you can only have 4 of these big ones equipped at one time. So for example, this one says armor enhancement, increased damage dealt to supervillain by 18% for 8 seconds when using a weapon cartridge class skill with a cooldown of 15 seconds. So basically I do more damage whenever I use a weapon cartridge class. And with that being said, my build is all around that one. So I do a lot of damage when I use those types of skills, which is why you would try to build your specialization around the skills that you're using. And all of these are different. And you can actually have different builds for different characters, or for the same character, and obviously for different characters. What's another example? So when attacking a target with 50% below health, this is your execute equivalent from like different games. Increase armor penetration by 18%. The other one I'm using right now is weakness analysis, increased damage dealt to bleeding or burn targets. I have 2 abilities that I'm using right now that apply a bleed or a burn, which means I do more damage to them. So obviously and you can do a recommended. I wouldn't recommend doing it. And then I think it tells you what materials you have. I don't have any on this character because I'm moving them all to my Star-Lord that I'm actually currently working on. So again, raids are in-game type of content, but you need it to make your character even stronger. So the specializations is actually how you're going to beat the difference between like 500,000 and 1 million power. What else do we have? We have special operations that you can do once a day, at least for the rewards below. These are fun. Honestly, half the time I just forget about them. At max level, the rewards aren't really worth it. I guess you could argue the gold and the what's it called? Squad XP would be worth it. But honestly, with everything else that you have to do in this game, I typically forget about it, but it is good when you first start your first account or your main hero and or your alts. There is some value there, but at where I'm at in this game, I kind of just skip over it. What else do we have here? You have the battle challenge, which is basically like your trying to think of an equivalent to a different game, like your battle tower, if you will, where you have different levels, different bosses, and you work your way up all the way down to level 30. It resets weekly. You get a lot of currency, you get a lot of rewards from doing this. I haven't really touched it this week. I usually do it on Saturday. So you can get up to 3 stars. The way you get stars is there's certain challenges within each one. Oh, here's a good example. So clear the stage, you get 1 star. 2 stars if you use skills less than 20 times, and then if you accumulate less than 36,000 damage, you get all 3 stars. Not too incredibly hard, but they're towards the end. Some of the challenges, like using less than 20 skills, can actually be a little hard when because it goes up incrementally in a linear progression with the level. So at max level, you're dealing with a level 100 characters. So as you're leveling your main character and you're only at level 50, you probably won't be able to touch with level 100s. But it's really cool, and it resets weekly. Like I said, I have 3 days and 9 hours left, which is awesome. And I'll do that at some point. So that is last thing for PvE content. You have targets that you can get that are in the open world, because this is an open world game that you can kill, and these reset daily. And you get a little bit of squad XP rank for it. That's 500. It's actually a decent amount. And you can see the location that you can find them in. So different areas of the map. Going into PvP, they have Omega Wars, which is like 10v10, I want to say. Let me see. Oh gosh. Oh, panic. All right. Well, there's a question mark there if you want to read all that. But I want to say it's like 10v10. You can do twice a day to get the rewards. At least you can do it as many times as you want to rank up. I have not had time recently to do this, but I will look to do it now that I actually have a pretty solid character to compete with. Then you have Dual Dimensions. This one's pretty fun. This is a one-on-one. Obviously, it's a straight gear check or stat check, if you will. And you can search for opponents. You can do it 5 times, but even after the 5 times a day, you can still rank up. You just won't get the rewards. I've been autoing these, and I'm already at rank 55 out of the whole server, but that's just me autoing them. And I'll show you what I mean by auto, because I actually haven't touched on that yet. So lastly, before we go into what I meant by auto, the Dark Zone is another thing you can do. That it's basically another open world. You can kill bosses, or you can kill, or it's like you can either choose a PvP realm. Let me show you. You can choose a PvP unavailable, which is basically PvE only. You can only kill bosses, or you can do territories 1 and 2, where there's PvP is allowed. You basically go into the open world with your guild or your friends, and you can either attack these bosses together to get these awesome loot, or you can attack other players that are trying to kill those bosses. It also gives you a decent amount of XP rather to level up your character, which is actually the main way of leveling up from level 100 to 110, which is a pretty lengthy process because you can only be in the Dark Zone for 1 hour every day. So in the event you get killed a lot, it can take a long time in order to level up, or you can just go to the PvE realm. But so this is a pretty cool one. Again, just looking at the top level, there's a lot of different things you can do in the Dark Zone, but it's pretty cool. All right, moving on. Of course, you can be an alliance. My alliance is the best. It is War. We are... Oh, I guess I should tell you guys, if you guys want to join me, I play... Let's go ahead and back all the way out. We'll go to this. Yes. Which characters? I'm on Hydra 7. Hydra Empire 7 is the realm, if you will, that I play on. If you guys want to play with me, you can absolutely join me on Hydra Empire 7. My name is Misery Hates Co, and I would accept all of your friend requests, and if I don't have room, I will make room. Until you have a cap of 50, which is less than COD Mobile, but I will make room, or ideally you guys can build your accounts to eventually join our guild, which is our alliance rather, which is amazing. So again, you can have up to 8 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 characters are in the game. You can unlock. You can play all of them. You do have to pay to play to unlock all of them. And I mean in-game currency. You can get the crystals, if you will. I want to say it's like 2,000 crystals to unlock another character slot, which is definitely the best thing to do with your crystals when you first start off. But again, that's a video for another day. Overall, this game is awesome. And when I was talking about the auto ability, so this is why I've actually been playing this game so much, is because you don't actually have to actively be playing to level up. You can actually quest by doing the auto function. So once we get into the game, I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. You can do quests, you can do farming to get gold or different things. So like for me, I usually play Call of Duty Mobile and then have like my tablet or BlueStacks open, and I'll be autoing this game until I want to PvP or do some of that high-end in-game type of content where you will need to do it without trying to auto it. So this little cogwheel looking thing at the bottom will actually auto it for you. So I don't have anything to do at the moment. So it says activating autoplay. So let's say I want to go forward. So let's say I want to auto, let's say farm, since I don't have any quests I can do at the moment. Let's go here, click on the world. Let's explore the world. I will show you. All right, anyway, GTA. All right, so this shows you all the different parts of the map. You unlock obviously all of them as you play the game. Let's go to the end goal, which would be dark domain. Yes, move to dark domain. You can choose the selection of the map you want to go to. Go to the very end. This is actually a pretty decent farm. You can even skip the cutscenes, which is amazing. Originally, you couldn't skip all of them. Now you definitely can, and it helps tremendously. You can actually level a character, I would say up to level 100 relatively quick. Your gear will slow you down in the first character, but if you pick the right character, which again, video for another time, it won't be as bad as you would think. When you get to the dark domain, let's say I just want to farm these brutes, put auto on and use one skill to get it started, and then I am autoing these. So as you can see in the gameplay, I can just be doing whatever I want, and I will keep killing these brutes for as long as I have this open. So like I said, typically you could farm overnight to get gold or different battle badges, but this is a great way to play the game without having to actively play all the time. So that way you can get to max level, enjoy the in-game content and all the new updates they have to offer while playing other games or doing other stuff. I am a father, obviously, and a busy guy. So it's nice to be able to just like have a tablet in the background, autoing stuff, doing the grind, if you will, part of the game without actually having to sit there and pay attention to it. All in all, I would highly recommend this game. It's a lot of fun, obviously free to play friendly, or if you want to pay to win, or pay to rush, like I said, you can do that as well. Lots and lots of fun. I look forward to making more videos like this for you guys if you're interested. But let me know in the comments below if you A, already play Marvel Future Revolution, or B, you want to now, and C, if you would like to play with me and see more content like this, because this is a game that I plan on playing for a while in conjunction with Call of Duty Mobile. Like I said, I am not picking one game over the other. I am being a variety YouTuber, if you will. And I would love to like teach you guys all there is to learn about this game. So let me know in the comments below. And until next time, lock it in.